Good morning. It's March the 15th, 2018. Time to kick off another trading day. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may be overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, here we are. I think it all boils down to, will the ES continue to sell today or not? Yesterday's soft retail sales numbers, when it was the second or third month in a row they've come in that way, led to tape chatter about the Fed may not be able to raise interest rates next week. The market has built in an interest rate increase in March, in June, and then December. It's the way it's playing right now. The Fed's guidance has been March, June, and December. Haven't heard much from Fed governors about not raising interest rates in March. So we'll have to see what happens next week on the 21st. The Emini is sold for 2 days. There's pretty good support at 27.40 to 45. If that holds up this morning, they can't break it. A relief rally. Short covering. Day trade longs is how it gets started. Is likely. That's probably the easiest trade to see in the Emini. On the note and the bond, failure to take out and hold 120.24. A short is the easiest to see. We have news today. Jobless claims 229. No one will pay any attention to that. Philly Fed 23. Might pay attention to that. Empire Manufacturing Survey at 15. Might pay attention to that. Import-export prices both are forecast to be up 0.3%. Housing market index at 72. Might pay attention to that, given the lack of other news. And natural gas inventories minus 99B. I'd say the Philly Fed and direction of the E-mini are the two things the market will focus on today. First sell is 21.25. 27.31 sell 2. On the buy side, 13 to 17 buy 1. And 5 to 9 buy 2. Well, March Madness starts for real today. The round of 64. After a couple of days here, we'll know who the 32 are. And it's a great tournament because it just nobody knows. You can be the best team going out there and have a lousy day when your opponent happens to get hot, and not much you can do about it. So a lot of uncertainty, and that's what makes it fun, because it's one and done. And you have that sudden death aspect through every round that you play. And so we're hosting it right here in Wichita, and 50,000 people are supposed to descend upon us, and cheap tickets are $100, so it is a pretty big deal. Okay, looking at the 30-year, the buck to 04, number 1, sell 7s to 11, sell 1. That's just leaning against resistance. 15 to 19, sell 2. On the buy side, we're in it. 24 to 28 is number 1. So 17 to 21 buy 1. 5 to 9 buy 2. Again, I think the easiest trade to see is failure to take out and hold 145.08. There are so many, when you take a look at chart action, there are so many 2-day rallies and 3-day rallies, and on the third day, if it doesn't continue, people cover short or liquidate length. And I think that's the situation we're in right now. So the selling in the Emini has to continue to hold treasuries up, in my not so humble opinion. Hard to get too big ahead in this game because you regularly experience losses. Okay, we came in overnight basically wanting to sell the 130 area. 28 held, a little bit lower than yesterday. We're at 22 right now, so our first buy is 19 to 21. Figure we'll go a little lower. Then 15 to 17, I don't think we break today. Big article out about peak gold is coming. And we're talking about mining, peak gold supply. And at these prices, we may have peak gold supply, but at higher prices, the higher the price goes, the more the supply shows up because it becomes economical to mine it. Okay, 25.27, sell 1. 29 to 31, sell 2. Just looking for a trading range in gold today. Longer term, it's trying to sell. Euro, I've kind of lost my feel. I don't know. Hate to admit. Well, Charlie, how can you say you don't know? We're just kind of in a trading range right now. Yesterday we hit the highs. We got the lows down here basically at 123. Or 123.48, just kind of right in the middle. So I'll say 60 to 70, sell 1. 90 to the buck, sell 2. On the buy side, we'll make it 30 to 40, buy 1. And then the buck, buy 2. You just get on the F3 or F4 charts and take your setups and enjoy the ride. Because I don't think, from what I can tell, that news is doing much of the driving of the euro these days, except for when Draghi picks up the mic. Okay, crude wants to break and sell, tries to break and sell, and then comes back a little bit. So right now you can see that we got a seller at 62 and we got a buyer against 60. Crude normally trades in a $2 to $3 range and kind of right in the middle right now. So not a lot of advantage till we get up to 62, not a lot of advantage till we get down to 60 and a quarter. So trying to trade higher, we'll figure it will go a little higher this morning. Sell 1, 50 to 75, sell 2, 62, 62 and a quarter. Demand for gasoline and products is really, really good. 60, 75, 61, buy 1. 60 and a quarter, 60, 50, buy 2. Easiest trade to see is failure to take out and hold 62 even. Advantage is at 62. Okay, why do markets reverse on the third day? It's a swing trader. It's the dynamics of swing trading, and that's it. It makes it. We've had 2 days of selling. Will the selling continue? The top of the trading range right here appears to be 2,800, give or take a little bit. Bottom is 2,660, so the top is held. We could get selling today if the 2740 area comes out. No reason not to expect 2725, then 2700. So 2650 to 2800 is 150 points in a trading range. Emini moves 150 to 200 points. So right here, got it. What we do have is higher lows, and that's producing higher highs right now. So I don't think the high is in. I think the economic news is good enough. I think that the retail sales numbers will pick up as the tax refunds hit the retail accounts. Remember, 90% of America is getting some sort of refund or relief on their taxes. The 10% that pay the bills aren't. Imagine 10% of our taxpayers pay 70% of the taxes. That's amazing. Okay, right here, there's your 27.25. Right here's your 27.40 to 45. Right there, these two levels. The market is pointed down. We'll see if we get there. The selling has to continue early, or short covering relief rally is where we are. And we've got a P in the overnight. So here's the Asia Globex low, and right there's the London high at 62. So first sells 59.64. That's resistance. And 69.74 for sell 2. On the buy side, 41.46. That's support. Support might be at 50. We'll put a question mark there. They always make us pay up to get in. And then 31.36 for buy 2. The news, jobless claims 229, Philly Fed 23, Empire State Manufacturing 15, import-export prices, both of them up 0.3. Housing market index at 72. It's been frozen there, I think, the last report. And minus 99 BCF for nat gas withdrawal. I'm guessing the focus is Philly Fed, but we don't have a lot to go on. It's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.